you have a driver's license?
It's suspended.
Did you have a good license on that day that you drove the car?
I did not.
Why was it suspended?
I have unpaid parking tickets, and I failed to appear court.
On whose car?
I'm sorry?
On which car did you have unpaid parking tickets?
Before I was be able to drive.
What?
Yeah, I had a license before when I was driving.
I asked you, on what car did you have parking tickets?
On my mom's car.
That's a lie. They wouldn't suspend your license if you had parking tickets on your mother's car.
Yeah, because I failed to appear court.
What difference does it make? They were parking tickets. It goes to the car, not to the driver.
Well, that's...
Nah. You have to give her money back.
Well, I'm not going to do that. We
Oh,
have
yeah,
a no
you have
refund
to give
policy.
her. That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
That's told what her there are no refunds, and
well,
she
that's
will get
too
a
bad.
puppy.
I don't care what you told her. Then you're a scammer.
Absolutely not. Everyone is happy, and everyone always gets a puppy.
Then you are a scammer. You're a moron.
How?
You're a moron.
That's not me.
You're a moron. So's your mother.
That's not me.
What? You're a moron. So's your mother. You have a protective order against you for 3 years. That means that a court found you guilty of the acts that were committed here on the 18th of November of 2017. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I don't care about not remembering the date or getting your dates confused, getting your county confused, getting the state confused, getting your brain confused. You have a protective order that found you guilty of the acts alleged on November 18th in a court. Do you understand?
Yes.
While I was living with him, he would come home from school. And I'm like, hey, can you take our son so I can take a shower and eat before I go to work? And he was like, no, because your shift isn't over. I need the extra half an hour to do whatever I want before I watch it.
Well, let me explain something to you. That's what happens when two idiot morons who were 17 years old make a baby. Those are the kind of answers that people give each other when they're not old enough to give up their dolls, but they make a baby. Now you're in this pickle. You're 18 years old and you have the responsibility of having a child. Well, you'd better grow up very fast. How much did you spend on his credit cards for you or friends or relatives? How much? Do you have any idea?
I believe 200. One was for a vacuum that he told me to get, and the other was a phone.
A vacuum you bought for yourself?
On clearance.
I don't care. You sound, you know, you look foolish right now. You know, when you lie, you tend to get giddy. And if you think you're going to be cute, there's only one star here, and that's me.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, can I at least say one thing before you leave, please?
You want to tell me how gorgeous I am? Other than that, you can
If that's
say
what
nothing.
it takes to get you back here.
Your Honor.
Okay, hey, I'm speaking.
He encouraged the behavior in the video.
Sit down. You're as dumb as she is.
Yeah, Jesus.
I have a dog, a Shih Tzu. She weighs 5 pounds. When another dog comes on the TV, she barks at the dog. We think it's funny. We actually think it's oh, woof, 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 woof. But according to you, you told him early on that you were pregnant within the first couple of weeks. How does somebody know they're pregnant within the first couple of weeks of a relationship?
I found out I was pregnant in June 4th, 2016, which I have a picture of my pregnancy test with a date on it.
Listen to me carefully, brain trust. You acknowledge that you met him on May 26th. So if you were pregnant and it showed on June 4th that you were pregnant, not possible.
The doctor even confirmed it.
Oh, you could be pregnant, but he's not the father. Fool. You lived in his property for 6 months without paying rent. You have no claim. Now, you ate the steak. You don't go into a restaurant and bite into your steak and say, this doesn't taste so good. I'm going to finish it and then not pay for it. If you bite into the steak and you don't like the steak, you call the waiter over or waitress over and you say, this steak is no good. I'm not going to finish it. I'd like to see the police report.
We didn't call the police.
Why not? Why not? Were you all drunk?
No, ma'am, I was not drinking.
Drugging?
No, not drugging.
No.
Admitted to us that he was intoxicated.
I don't care if he's intoxicated or not. What were you cursing at him for? What were you cursing at him for? Your best friend tells me you were cursing at him from the car. Were you intoxicated?
We were being dumb, and then he confronts two tiny women in front of the house while him, and it wasn't 3, it was like 5 or 6 of his friends.
Were you cursing at 5 or 6 of his friends for, you idiot? What? Put your hand down. Put your hand down. What? If there
Did
are
we
5,
get a chance?
If there are 5 or 6 of his friends, madam, what were you cursing at them for?
Because they're losers.
We were going on our normal route around the neighborhood. I came up to the defendant's house, and as I passed, his dog ran out from his garage into the street. And
into the street where you were and where cars go?
Correct.
Excuse me, Judge. I'm sorry.
I'm going to get to you.
Okay.
And his dog is what kind of a dog?
I'm not sure what kind, but it's a small dog.
What kind of a dog do you have?
It's a miniature poodle mixed with a Shih Tzu.
And it barks a lot.
That's what dogs do. That's how they communicate. They bark. Okay, so his little dog came out of the garage and ran out into the street, was barking at your dogs.
Correct.
Okay, and?
And believe it or not, Judge,
Just a second. Don't ask me to believe it or not. You don't have money because you don't work. Get a job.
That's not always true.
No, get a job. Get a job. You can't say, honey, I don't have any money. If I had it, I would give it to you. Sounds like some relatives I know. What I'm telling you is people get money by working. By the time you're 28 years old, you should have figured that out. That's how Bird makes a living. That's how my cameraman makes a living. That's how the people that run the lights make a living. Everybody who wants to earn money works. Shh.
Sorry.
I don't want to hear you again.
You won't.
I want to tell you something. I'm really not crazy about you.
Okay.
That doesn't mean you're going to lose.
Okay.
But I'm just letting you know that when I speak out publicly, to young people, I say to them, you only have one chance to make a first impression. Yours was lousy. Don't speak. I'm telling you, I don't listen to people who swear to tell the truth and then lie. Do you understand?
I didn't lie, but okay, I understand.
Yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. What do you think? I'm just a good guesser? I've been doing this for 35 years. Now I'm going to ask you certain questions. Okay? How old are you?
I am 34 years old.
How many times have you been incarcerated?
0.
Just a second. Do you have a driver's license?
I do.
Do you have a high school education?
I do.
Do you have an education beyond high school?
I do.
When was the last time you were psychiatrically hospitalized?
Never.
Do you get my drift?
I do.
You want me to ask you the same questions?
You can.
Great. Do you have a high school degree?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a college degree?
No, I don't.
How many times have you been arrested?
Once.
See? Getting closer, right? Yeah. Got my drift?
I do.
Okay. Now you owe her money for rent. You have nice people who invite you for Thanksgiving dinner a month in advance, and then you spring on them the morning that you're coming. We have to bring the dog. It's wonderful with babies. It's wonderful. It doesn't even bark. Do you understand? That's real gall. That's real gall.
May I add something?
You can add nothing.
Okay.
I'm saying this to the tens of millions of people who will watch this program in repeats, originals, whenever, when I'm long gone. If you're invited to someone's home for an event, and especially if it's a stranger, don't bring or ask to bring your dog. So how much did you get from the insurance company?
$5,347.
So you pocketed $2,300.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
That's insurance fraud.
No, ma'am. No,
Well,
ma'am.
I'm telling you,
No,
I'm
ma'am.
telling you that that's insurance fraud.
No, ma'am, it's not.
Well, you say yes, I say no. Tell me what law school you graduated from. You should never send your girlfriend to pick up your child from your ex-girlfriend.
We had a thing to where it wasn't anything. I wasn't hiding anything.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
They were both my girlfriends.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You're not such a prize. You haven't had a steady job in 2.5 years, right? There's not a prize package about you. Believe me, there's not a prize package about you. I'm just suggesting to you, Mr. Lou, put your hand down.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not a smart thing to send your girlfriend to your ex-girlfriend's house to pick up your child. That's not smart. I'm not saying she acted appropriately. She didn't. She knows she didn't act appropriately.
Neither one of us did.
Absolutely correct. But she got hurt.
Ma'am, I did not hurt her.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not. I did not. I have a piece of paper here that never says anything about me dragging her.
Just a second. I didn't say that you pled guilty to dragging her. I said that you pled guilty to getting out of your car and pulling her hair, which you did.
No, ma'am, I felt guilty to
now I'll
leaving
see it.
the scene of an accident
No,
because this lady was all over my car.
Just listen to me. No, you pled guilty, actually, to pulling her hair. That's what you're
Well,
going to
look
show
at her
me.
hair. How would you not pull a head like that?